Okay, great. Welcome everybody. Welcome to our Sky Vision Lounge and our live market analysis. So remember, as we like to say, we always want to know what price has done before. So I asked the question, what did price do overnight? Where is price now? And what must I see price do before I execute a trade? Those are the three questions. These candles are bigger. Oh, I'm on the wrong time frame. Imagine. Okay, so let me bring it back to the time frame we like. 30 minutes time frame. Okay, I was doing something with the inner circle members earlier, so or rather I sent something on the inner circle members. Okay, so let's look at let me remove all this. How do we is there a way to let me see if I can delete this? Yeah. Remove this one and then okay. Yeah, let's remove this as well. And okay, I'll just move this way like this. So it doesn't disturb our okay, I'll just put it like that. So it doesn't disturb our setups. Okay, so what do we have here? We ask three questions every time. What did price do overnight? So you can see it for yourself, what price is doing. So let me expand this a bit. Already we can see from earlier today, price moved up, moved back down, moved up, give us a lower high there, right? And then give us a nice break of structure. It pulls back and then comes back down. It pulls back and then goes all the way down. Yeah, it goes all the way down. This drop was about 2,000 pips or so, right? It came all the way down, right? But what I want to draw your attention to is that this thing is you can see it happening, right? You can see it happening. Remember, we always say that when we're trading a trend, it's accepted globally. It's accepted that if you're trading a trend and your trend is downwards, you will see price push down first, then pull back at some point because price will not always go, it won't go in a straight line, right? It will push down, push back up, right? And then push back down again, breaking that structure. Then it will pull back again and then come back down. So it will keep repeating this pattern, right? And you can see us mapping it out as it's happening. You can see it, you can envisage, you can anticipate what the market is doing as the market is doing this lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And then all you need to do is to take position. Is to take your position to say, okay, I've seen a lower low now. Then what do I expect next? I expect a lower high, right? So you'll be anticipating a lower high. And then once it gets to a lower high and it gives you your setup again, then you participate in that market and just go further down with it. Okay, so we're always, in fact, you don't need any other thing. If you can just stick to that process, right? No matter what happens, there will be times when the market will do some really weird things. It can, for instance, once it does this lower low here, it can then decide to just go all the way up and break structures there, right? So it can do whatever it wants to do, but you know that over a series of trades, it will give you your trade setup, right? It will give you your trade setup. If it's trending downwards, it will trend downwards nicely. If it's trending upwards, it will trend upwards nicely, right? It will give those opportunities for you to do those two things every time. It's not every time that it will give you those kind of very weird kind of market analysis. In fact, somebody said that in a week, so you have 5 trading days, right? So in a week, you have at least 3 to 4 good trading days, and then maybe 1 or 2 trading days that are like kind of sideways, right? And you can try it out. So and then it also flips it. Sometimes some other weeks it could give you 3 to 4 very bad trading days and give you 2 very good trading days of those 5 trading days that we have available, right? So you can do your back test for yourself, prove this thing for yourself, and convince yourself that this thing it can work for me, right? So you can see this happening. You don't need any trader guru somewhere to be telling you, oh, okay, market is doing lower lows, lower highs. You can see it happening yourself once you can map these things out by yourselves, right? And we go deep dive, we really go deep down into how we can do this in the inner circle. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the next chart. This is pound JPY. Okay, so pound JPY, what did it do? Let me just move this one a bit like this, because that's for our inner circle members. Just okay. So price came all the way back down. Let me just map it out here like this. Where's the cursor? So came down, went sideways, came all the way down, then somewhere here did something like that. In fact, some people will say it has done double bottoms, but we don't even care about names or what is nomenclature. We just want to see break of structures, rejection candles, or market structure shifts, and then we are in the market, right? So we don't care about whatever you call the name. All we are interested in is making good profits. Okay. When the market is available to give us good profits, we want to follow that. All right. So we are in the inner circle now. I'm sure many of us have gotten some of this trade, but let's see how price performs, if it continues going up or not. Right. Euro yen. Okay, so euro yen is now beginning to show us that it wants to also push up, but let's see, what did it do? It started from somewhere there, pushed up, then pushed down, give you a nice break of structure there, right? In fact, it didn't even pull back at all until here. You get a small pullback, and then it pushes back up. Now it's pushing back down. Is it possible for price to do something up like this and then go all the way back down? Yes. Price can do whatever it wants to do, but all we are saying is that we just follow process every time. We follow process. We are not attached. We are not emotionally attached to any one single trade. We know that our profits will come in over a series of trades. Okay, that's when our profits will come in. So this as well, yeah, there's a potential for a buy somewhere there. Let's see. I think I'm seeing a question. Okay, I can join the inner circle. Okay, I'll put the link up for us shortly, so you can see the what do we call it now? So you can see the link for it. I'll put it in the, let me put it in this chat box there so we can see it. So just give me a sec. Let me put that. Okay. All right. Let's send that. Okay, so let's continue. So where are we? We're in oh, where is my chat? I cannot see my chat again. Okay, all right. I can see the chat now. All right. So so euro yen, right? Euro yen is very much bearish, right? Overall is very bearish. Overall is very bearish. So we want price to just give us the setup that we want, any of those three setups, and then we'll just take position. Right now it's at the lows. Okay, so we won't take a sell necessarily right now. We'll probably want to see what he wants to do here. But given that pound yen sort of is kind of pushing up, maybe these two may just decide to push up as well. Okay, so we're just careful to see what will happen there. Okay, let's look at pound Aussie. Oh, wow, this is very nice. So pound Aussie actually played out very nicely. If you were trading Aussie, the pound Aussie, this just gave us a nice setup. Look at it. Came down, pushed back up, pushed down, pushed back up, pushed a nice break of structures right there, right? Nice break of structure to this level here. And then what does it do? It breaks structure right there. Okay. So you could have entered on this next candle here, and then just you've been some nice profits right now, right? If you are monitoring that particular trade. Okay, if you're monitoring this this instrument, that's a nice trade setup. In fact, very nice. This is a very nice and easy one right there. Okay, nice break of structures right there. And then if you then want to say that, okay, what should we do right now? We want to wait for a pullback. We want to see a pullback, possibly to this zone here, and then a continuation upwards. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Euro USD. Oh, wow. Euro USD too has just been falling very nicely. So it's come all the way down. Now it's pulled back. It can still pull further back up, right? But it can then do this, come back down, push up, and then continue downwards. Okay. Or it can just decide that, okay, I've had enough of the down move, and then break structures, do a market structure shift somewhere there, and then continue in the direction, in the opposite direction. Okay, so right now it's very, very bearish. However, we can see some setups there. We can already see. So for instance, those of us in the inner circle, you'll have seen this nice rejection candle right here. This one here. So that's one of our setups that we take, and you'll have taken your trade setup already, right? Okay, but right now it's in between, so no need to take any trade right now. It's somewhere in between. Wait for the next setup, either a market structure shift or a pullback to break these lows here, and then you can take your entry in the other direction. Oh yes, and yes, so this one, I actually remember this. So during the London session this morning, so this is pound USD. So pound USD started coming down, right? It gave us some rejection candle, and then we were on this particular candle at that time. And I said, okay, if I was trading this candle, I would like to see a if it doesn't pull back to this zone here, but then this candle, I drew this as my line in the sand. I said if I saw this, if this candle broke and closed below, I'll just look for a pullback and then enter. So I wonder how many of us got this trade. Pound USD is not really one of my major trades. Now, major instruments that I look at Euro yen and pound yen mainly, and then sometimes I look at gold. For the sake of our inner circle members, we look at gold as well. So this is just part of those instruments that we also want to just look at, because we know that there's some of our members who like to look at other instruments apart from gold, right? They like to look at other platforms. So this has moved down like this, moved back down, and like this. Now this is a break of structure right there. It's pulling back down and then it's coming back up. Okay, I think I saw a question. Can a DM? Oh yes, please, you can. Yes, definitely. Please, you can. You can ask. You can send the DM. That's fine. Okay, so we have a nice break of structure right there. At least it's giving you that nice break of structure. Okay, so if you use any of the processes that we use, rejection candle, you saw it's giving you a heads up with the rejection candle there, and then it's broken structure. That tells you that there's a good probability that this will actually push up. Okay, let's look at the last one. USD yen. So USD yen, what did it do? So earlier in the morning, it was just going sideways, right? And we said we're not interested in anything. But then it then broke structure to the top side, pulls back a bit, and then goes up. I think let's even see how far did it go from this break here. It went, okay, 29 pips, almost 30 pips. So that's actually something, right? If you put your stop loss somewhere there, that's almost 30 pips. So it's actually something, right? So for those of us who trade USD JPY, there was some trade there. But right now, you can see, okay, two ways. There are a number of things you can do here. So you have this, it's actually shifted direction here, right? But you can see a long wick here. So it has a potential, for instance, from this place here. So this will have been a good place to enter for your buys. So it has the potential to go back up, right? And also, to just continue like that. However, it also has that potential to say, okay, I'm just going to go up to this level and then drop. Okay, so you need to be able to weigh it and say, okay, which of these various instruments is giving me the best setup that I can follow? Okay, so you wait for that setup and then make your decision. You can even say, for instance, if for instance you took a buy, okay, if you took a buy when it came here, you took a buy and you put your stop loss somewhere around down there, right? You can say, okay, I just take my total risk for the day is 2%, right? So you take 1% on that trade. If that trade stops you out, that's fine. You just wait for the next setup and then just apply that next setup like that. Okay, so it's always a game of probabilities. We do not know what market is going to do. For all we know, somebody somewhere in the world can say something, and the whole thing will just change direction. You can see a big spike that will just happen, all of a sudden. You can see price can just suddenly move all the way up or suddenly move all the way back down, right? So anything can happen at any time. Like they say in our local parlance here, I am not the owner of the market, right? The market will do whatever it wants to do. All you have to do is focus on your process, right? It's almost like driving, right? Focus on your driving. Do not mind. I remember when I was learning to drive, right? I can get some really crazy drivers sometimes, right? So my dad told me that, look, I should just assume that every other person is a crazy driver out there. So you just focus on your process, follow the rules, right? And as long as you follow the rules, by and large, you'll be safe, right? By and large, all things being equal, right? And God helping us, right? So that is like that. Your trading is a game of probabilities, it's a business of probabilities. There is no guarantee of anything happening. All you know is that if I follow my process and I continue following it over and over and over again, I will see those wins at the end of the day, right? Beautiful. Do we have any questions? Let me see if we have any questions in the chat. Okay, I think I've answered those questions. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll see again tomorrow, London session and New York session, and then we'll take it up from there. Do have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you.